Yo, Han here. What's up, everybody? How's it going? It's good to see ya. Naturally, as the year comes to a close, there are a bunch of top 10 lists that are posted all across the internet, and I'm no different. Today, we're going to be talking about my top 10 songs to come out of this year, 2024. And yeah, for more top 10 lists like this about music, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, let's get right to it. Coming in at our number 10 spot, we got Sabrina Carpenter and her banger, Taste. There's this misconception among people, my friends specifically, that I don't listen to normie mainstream pop music, and I do if it's good. Artists like Olivia Rodrigo, Dua Lipa, and Sabrina all make pop music that I genuinely enjoy listening to, and the main reason for that is because of how good it sounds. You know, the mix and production on Taste is exquisite. Obviously, I got to start off with the drums, the snare. That snare is fucking perfect. It has the right amount of crack to it. Whatever reverb chain that they're using on it is magnificent. Guitar-wise, the acoustic and the electric just sit in your ears perfectly. And Sabrina and her vocals, her performance is great. You know, her delivery is very breathy. It's very airy. I'll definitely say that this is the best sounding thing on this list, and I'm fully aware that Sabrina has a major label supporting her. And when you have that support, naturally you have access to the best musicians, producers, and mix engineers in the industry. So yeah, that's why things probably sound great, but hey, it is what it is. And that's why she's at my number 10 on this list. At our number 9 spot, we got Aaron Parks and his song Sports. Yeah, this year has definitely been a big jazz year for me, specifically for newer jazz musicians and newer jazz songs, and Sports has been one of my favorite finds among the bunch. I don't know much about Aaron. I do know he's a jazz pianist, and I do know that he's been around for a minute, so he's definitely not a newer artist. Sports is the first song that I've ever heard from him, and just based on how much I like it, I'll definitely check out the rest of his stuff. In the best possible way, this song is very Mario Kart, Daisy Circuit, Maple Treeway type vibe, and that's just ear candy to me. The main melody that Aaron plays on the piano is super simple and it's super captivating, and y'all know how I feel about simple songwriting. It's the best type of songwriting. Like, the main melody is constantly stuck in my head. I definitely hum it to myself. Aaron also plays this solo at the 145 mark, which is just excellent. I mean, all the solos played on here are excellent. I'm not entirely sure what Aaron and his ensemble were trying to accomplish here, like if they were trying to create the sensation of playing a sport. But when I listen to this, I definitely take it as a type of song that I'd listen to when me and the homies would go out to a sporting event. At least the song would be like kind of like the narration for what that day would look like. Yeah, Sports is a great song, though it is definitely a musicians type of song. By no means is it pretentious. It's definitely a song that everyone can enjoy listening to. So yeah, Aaron Parks, Sports, please go check it out. This thing fucking slaps, and by this thing I mean Lime Garden and their song Love Song, which is sitting nice at my number 8 spot. Yeah, when this thing came on to my shuffle, I immediately was just like, I believe Lime Garden are from the UK. And not only is this exactly what I expect to come out of the UK, but this is exactly what I want to come out of the UK. And not to put them in a box or anything, you know, but good alternative indie music from the UK is just good alternative indie music from the UK. You know, the song is at the perfect tempo. Any song that you could jog to or jump rope to, in my opinion, is the perfect BPM for a song. You know, it's fun and upbeat, but by no means is it hectic or busy. The main guitar riff is straightforward and no nonsense. The 4 on the floor kick pattern is also straightforward and no nonsense. Every aspect of the song musically is fucking great. Yeah, just from Love Song alone, I'll definitely check out the rest of Lime Garden's discography, and if they're ever playing here in Toronto, I'm definitely gonna pull up. Yeah, Lime Garden, you have a new fan in me. Thank you for this one. At my coveted number 7 spot, we got Whitelands and their song Cheer. I was down for the song as soon as it opened with its guitar riff, but when the drums counts in the rest of the band, it's just Dundee. Cheer is such a beautiful song. It's probably the most beautiful song on this list, I'd argue. But ironically enough, the song doesn't give me any form of cheer whatsoever. It's more so a song that evokes some type of longing or some type of isolation in the most beautiful way, of course. Listening to this, you know, I definitely feel like I'm in my edgy leather jacket wearing teen side character of an 80s coming of age film. Who wouldn't want to be that guy? The guitars sound like what fireflies look like. The drums are super simple and they have this like basement like quality to them. And of course, the vocals are sung like they're sung in a parking garage. All things I look for in a good song. This thing is a dream pop, shoegaze type of song, so obviously I'm inclined to it. And yeah, if that's your bag, please listen to it. Whitelands, cheer. At my number 6 spot, I got Tiny Habits and their song Flicker. Yeah, I've been a fan of Tiny Habits for a while now, just like everyone else. My mom and I actually got to see them last year, which was quite nice because they were amazing. Yeah, you know, Tiny Habits, they're the internet's best harmonizing trio ever, and that's on full display on this song Flicker. Yeah, but even harmonies aside, Maya, Judah, and Sinya all have stellar individual performances here, and even in the act of harmonizing with one another, all their voices just stick out to me pretty well. Maybe it's because of the mix, or maybe it's just because I listen to them all the fucking time. In addition to the vocals, what makes Flicker such an awesome song is just every player on this team is doing exactly what's needed of them. You know, the acoustic guitar sits nicely in the right ear, the drums and percussion don't overdo anything, the bass is there but not too there, if you know what I mean. The lead guitar part is played beautifully and it doesn't take away anything from the main draw, and that being the Tiny Habits vocals. As I've said already, I love Tiny Habits. I've been loving them for a while now, and Flicker is a precious illustration of the exhaustion within a one-sided relationship. So yeah, if you're heartbroken or you want to feel like you've just been heartbroken, dive into this one. It'll do you some good. Halfway through my list and sitting nice at my number 5 spot, I got my guy, Larry June, and his song Imported Couches. Yeah, man, I'm a fan of Larry's. I'm especially a fan of his album Mr. Midnight, but that thing came out back in 2019. So today we're talking about his song Imported Couches, which came out earlier this year in April. The cool thing about Larry's music is that it's super chill, but it's also so funny. Like Larry's fucking hilarious. Let me just pull up this paper real quick. Like bars like, what you gonna do when them hoes go left? I'm doing Pilates. Or you don't even make music. Why you at this Grammy party? Or like that's just fucking hilarious. I love how laid back and soulful the beat is. The instrumental basically sounds like a live band. I'm pretty sure it is a live band. If not, the samples are great. What's dope about Larry and his music is that you could easily put on his stuff in the background, but also you could pay very close attention to and decipher what he's doing lyrically. I personally like listening to Larry whenever I'm driving around at night, heading over to somewhere, just because, you know, his stuff puts me at ease. Yeah, man, Larry June, he's a dope MC. He's a dope comedian, in my opinion. And yeah, he's the GOAT. He's one of my favorite hip hop artists working today. So yeah, shout out to my guy, Larry June. Up next at my number 4, we got Solid Void and their song Fragments. From the get-go, you're just, or at least I was, you know, completely enveloped by the tone and the sonic landscape of it all. I guess if I were to make a visual comparison for the listening experience of the song, to me, it's like as if I'm falling into my subconscious and everything is like this white void abyss thing. Kind of like that scene in the last Harry Potter film where after Voldemort, Harry ends up linking with Dumbledore in whatever afterlife heaven setting. Or I guess a better example would be, to me, this is a very winter song. So a light snowfall on a cozy winter day would be another good visual representation of this song. The song can take you to many places, man. It's just one of those. The guitars are very cavernous, the drums and bass are warm and steadfast, and the vocals are super airy, yet they're still very intimate. The song is definitely an introverted isolation type of song, but it's still very romantic to me. Like I could definitely picture, you know, someone and their significant other slow dancing to this type of song. So I don't know what else to say about this one. Fragments, 10 out of 10 listening experience. At my number 3 spot, we're back again at my jazz bag with Roy Hargrove's A Song for Audrey. A Song for Audrey is definitely the longest song on this list, and in contrast to my previous pick, this is definitely the shortest 7 minutes ever. Yeah, this song is so eloquent, so beautiful, so enjoyable. Upon first listen, it immediately reminded me of that one scene in the first Incredibles movie where Mr. Incredible goes on his first mission in a while and the automated voice on the airplane asks him, "Would you like another mimosa?" You know, Roy is, of course, a jazz trumpet player, and him and his ensemble, they just craft such an eloquent an enjoyable song here. And I honestly find it tough to describe jazz music sometimes just because there's no like lyrical motifs to point to. You know, everything is just instrumental based most of the time, and you can't really articulate or vocalize what, you know, like a trumpet or like a piano or drums is doing. Otherwise I'd just be making mouth noises or something like that. But nevertheless, this song is just a song that you got to listen to. There is no part of the musicianship here that I prefer more than another, just because everyone playing on here just stands out to me so well. Everyone is just equally as important and equally as skilled. Like I said before, Roy and his ensemble do an amazing job. And yeah, do yourself a favor and please check this out. This is the best 7 minutes that I've ever listened to in 2024. Out of all the singles that Knock Loose dropped before the release of their single You Won't Go Before You're Supposed to, Blinding Faith has definitely been my favorite. I mean, obviously I love Suffocate and Don't Reach For Me as well, but Blinding Faith just takes the cake for me. Like the rest of the album, Blinding Faith is just brutal. It's a fucking kick to the face. With all that said, the song isn't just all chugga chuggas, you know, like obviously there are chugga chuggas because it's a Knock Loose song, but it's also very dynamic. You know, there's this really nice stop and go action to the song. Isaac has those playful little leads that he does. And then just the absolute last yelling of Blinding Faith at the very end is just as fucking Kamehameha as it gets. It's just so brutal. And on the vocal front, you know, it's no secret that Brian is awesome, but just any song that has Brian, Isaac, and Nico doing some sort of vocal teamwork on it is a song that I'm probably gonna like more, just because it's a team attack on all fronts, you know, which is great. Yeah, I saw these guys earlier this year as well when they played at History. Absolutely insane. Top 3 concert experiences. Yeah, Knock Loose, Blinding Faith, their album You Won't Go Before You're Supposed to. It's fucking awesome. And finally, at my number 1 spot, to no one's surprise, I have everyone's favorite artist, Mk.gee, and his song Alesis. Alesis? Watching this video, or just watching my videos in general, I'm obviously not the most articulate person when it comes to describing music or anything really, but I think in this case it works to my favor, because when a song is that good that you don't even need to articulate or explain anything, that's how you know it's good. His album 2 Star and the Dream Police came out, which I believe was the first week of February, I think. Yeah, when I heard that album and when I heard Alesis, I knew that it would just be one of my favorites, if not my favorites for this year. Obviously, the other songs on the album as well, like Are You Looking Up and Candy, are great as well, but Alesis has just been my favorite to come out from 2 Star and the Dream Police, and I'm happy to say that it's my favorite song of this year. So yeah, there it is, guys. We did it. I'll be back again soon with another list talking about my favorite albums that came out this year. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Until then, I'll see you soon. Peace.